We have $1,065,000. And this is what our restaurant looks like.
Bruh.
Yeah, it is not pretty. Don't worry, this is not the $1 million restaurant we're gonna build. We're gonna scrap this entire thing and build $1 million restaurant. We're gonna spend all our money. This is what it is before. I just use this to farm money. I'll make a tutorial on the best restaurant to build for money. Wait.
Huh?
Who took out my back wall? I did not do this. Time to make that $1 million restaurant. Let's go. So let's close it up. Kick all customers out. Get out. It's gone so quiet. Wait. Give me the money. Thank you. No tips? Damn, bro. We're not gonna fire anyone. We'll keep everyone we had. All these guys came from the top comments on my videos. So if you wanna be in a video, make sure you leave a comment. So what we're gonna do here is store everything. We're not gonna delete anything. But yeah, let's get rid of everything. Here's a little time lapse of me just removing everything. So there we go. We've got an empty plot. Here's all our workers. We still have 2.1 stars. So that's kind of nice. 2.1 stars for a restaurant that has nothing. So if your restaurant is below 2 stars, what are you even doing? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna start making that $1 million restaurant. By the way, guys, if you want to see how I got $1 million, go check out my last video where I made $1 million from scratch. That was an amazing video, so you guys should check that out. So it's time to start building the restaurant now. I'm not too sure what theme I'm going for. I want to go for something that looks like it's gonna be 5 stars, a little classy with some flaws to it. I'm not the most creative person. You guys are so lucky. You can already see what I built on the thumbnail of the video, but trust me, it's actually kind of daunting. I don't know what I'm gonna build. I'm just thinking from scratch. A few comments in my last video told me how hard it is to build from scratch, and honestly, I didn't really realize what they meant. What I did is I quickly drew a sketch of what I wanted on paper, but like it's actually so hard to visualize what I'm going to build. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna build as I go along. For now, I'm making the sort of opening to the restaurant where there will be like a little lake with a bridge going over it. I want to go for that premium look with it, so I'm making it slowly. As you can see, I'm just time-lapsing this entire thing because I can tell this build will already take me over 12 hours. I'll let you guys know how long it took me in total at the end to make this build. Lock in your guess in the comments right now. I'd be surprised if someone can get the guess within the hour range. You can see the pond I made. My chefs and waiters are randomly just stood there blocking the way. They are definitely not that aesthetic. You got Chef Luigi over here. He randomly spawned in. Your restaurant is a masterpiece, a true work of culinary art. Bro, why am I doing an accent? I gotta stop doing this, man. Oh, he wants us to unlock some new dishes. You know what? We barely unlocked any dishes when we were farming for $1 million because we got lucky with the most OP starter, main, and dessert straight off the bat. So yeah, we might have to do some quests for more dishes that we can get this restaurant all the way to the 5-star level. Here's a mini time lapse of me building the first and second floor. As you can see, I have 2 accounts open, one to record and one to build. I'm actually doing this challenge on my iPad right now where, you know what, I feel the pain the mobile players have. Let me know if you play this game on PC or mobile because the experience is actually wildly different. It's honestly so hard to build on iPad. I'll record my iPad to show you how it looks on there. For some reason, the game looks really different in color as well. I feel like I got a nice first floor built and I made a good start onto the second floor. I'm thinking of implementing VIP lounges for the guests with a lot of money and party sizes, and putting the kitchen on the second floor as well with a glass view type of thing so we can look at the kitchen from the start of the restaurant basically. Building in this game is definitely more complicated than Restaurant Tycoon 2. I think there's definitely more possibilities for what you can make in this game. If you got a restaurant you made that you want to show me and the community, make sure to join the Discord server. I'll give 1,000 Robux to the person who made the best design. I'll announce a winner at the end of this week, so make sure to send me your restaurant designs. Here you can see what the iPad building looks like. Yeah, it's really hard, trust me. If you want to build, I'd say go on your laptop or computer and start building there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just carry on building on computer because this is getting so complicated. I low-key just want to build this while traveling and stuff, but it's definitely consuming a lot of time to build on an iPad. At this point, it had been 5 hours. I'm so confused on how the time flies when you're building something in the game. Let me give you guys a quick tour of what we built so far. You can see over here, we got a nice big table with a fountain in the middle. I quite like how this looks. Then when you walk in, we got a few more smaller tables for people who want to eat their food. There's There's also a place for a band to play music. This is definitely going to give us those atmosphere stat points, and the customers will enjoy listening to stuff. At the end of the day, I'm building this like it's an actual restaurant. I made sure to add lights because that's what gives it its fancy appearance. Same with all these random plants, bushes, and decorations. It really adds to the restaurant. I feel like a lot of these things in the game are not that expensive. I've only spent around 250,000 bucks so far, and I feel like I've got quite a lot done. You can see at the back this little play area. I got inspired by these old McDonald's-like play areas. I know they don't exist as much anymore, but I remember back in the day we used to have these McDonald's play areas, and I try to recreate something a little similar. I think it really adds to the vibe of the restaurant because it has a little bit of everything. We got some more tables and chairs downstairs. I've noticed I've made a lot of tables and chairs already, so the capacity of this restaurant is insanely big. It depends what I have in store for the next 2 floors, but I feel like even there I'm going to make a lot of table and chairs. If we go to the front of the restaurant, you'll see these beautiful stairs. I tried to make everything fit a certain theme. I gave a front desk as well near these stairs as well for bookings, and I put some decoration at the back, which I guess it's like shelves to contain trophies, awards for the restaurant, maybe even a little cool stuff. I don't really know what really I'd add to it, but I think just having it there really adds value to the restaurant, you know. I'm fully just visualizing this as a real restaurant in my mind when making this. I'm trying to put every little detail. We go upstairs and there's 2 VIP rooms so far. I just called it blue and green. I feel like adding the names kind of gives it a little bit of personality. And inside is a private room where you can do anything with family or friends. It'd probably be even perfect to put birthday guests here and other sort of parties and stuff. Right now they've only got the birthday guest in the game. I also added doors on the back with a balcony. This gives it that elegant appearance. And over here is a kitchen. It's just your standard kitchen. I want to make it a little better, so I'm gonna lock in and keep building. I wasn't too sure what to go for in the next floors. I didn't want to straight up copy or get inspired by other people's restaurants, so I was just hard focusing on what exactly I want the restaurant to look like. If you look carefully in the time lapse, you can see me keep changing the color and switching stuff around until I got the feeling that, yeah, you know what, this is correct. I went for more of an open concept on the 2nd and 3rd floor. It looks more breathable that way rather than cramming stuff like I did on my video where I survived 100 days in this game. If you watched that video, you know exactly what I mean. I left no room to breathe. The goal of this video isn't to make money, but to make something that actually looks really good and has a nice design. That's the whole point of Restaurant Tycoon, isn't it? As much as we want to farm money, it's also important to have the aesthetic restaurant. Usually, I do not design well in games, so this is me trying at my absolute best. Let me know if I'm cooking or if I've just burned in the comments. I think deciding on the color scheme is one of the main things in this game, and honestly, it's so hard, especially because I didn't have a set theme. So I might just adjust it a little bit, play around, see exactly what color scheme I want to go with. I started building this restaurant from scratch at day 300-ish at the beginning of the video, and we've got to day 378 already, which sounds quite long, but I'm also sure it's inaccurate because halfway through I noticed the day count didn't move and I was just confused. I think maybe it was glitched or because I was in free cam, but I didn't want to restart the game because, well, we're building, you know, we need to focus. I don't know if it was a bug, but yeah, whatever. I timed how long it took me anyway. I'll let you know at the end of the video exactly how long it took. Here's what my restaurant looks like. I opened up, it tells me it's 5 stars. We didn't end up spending 1 million. Every item in this game is relatively cheap, unless I want to literally spam the restaurant with random stuff and make it look kind of disgusting. Like, I don't want to make it look bad. I feel like there was no way of spending 1 million unless you count how much I spent on chefs, upgrades and all that. Then of course, yeah, I think we've exceeded spending 1 million, but just on the restaurant itself, I don't think you can make an aesthetic restaurant and spend 1 million. I think if you're gonna build a restaurant and you've watched this video, you haven't built a restaurant, have around $500,000 saved. I don't think you'll need any more. Like, without counting the game upgrades, waiters and chefs, just for building a nice restaurant, I think 500,000 is where it's at. That's like one night of AFK farming with a proper layout. If you guys want to see how to make a money making layout, just let me know down in the comments and I'll make a video. You can see downstairs, I kept it very similar to what I originally built. I changed the color scheme a little bit and I didn't spam lights everywhere. I quite like the night vibe of the restaurant. We go upstairs and we got this big lounge area where there's like a bar with a fireplace, giving a cozy vibe with some chairs and tables surrounding it. I'd like to think this is a place to chill rather than fine dine, but we kept the decor and high value vibe of the restaurant on the 2nd floor as well, especially because we're near the VIP rooms on the right and we have a balcony from before. I quite like the idea of having these small rooms, it really adds to the luxury to the restaurant. And for the customers that want to pay a lot of money, this is quite elegant for them. We got elevators to go up to the 3rd floor, mainly because that's where the bathroom is. I thought stairs were just too much because, like, imagine having to walk up 3 floors just to go to the bathroom. On the 3rd floor, I placed the manager desk, which tells us all these lovely stats. It says my restaurant is only worth $300,000. Damn, man. In my opinion, this is worth $1 billion. I guess we can agree to disagree. I like to think this area is where couples would come for a nice view as well outside the glass windows. And we got 2 party-sized tables near the toilets for people who want a good view as well, because I feel like the higher up you are, the better the view. Of course, looking out these windows, it doesn't look like the view's all that because the surroundings of the game is literally just grass and trees. And now we got the toilets. I put the classic stalls, but I made it look luxury. That way you got your own cubicles to do your business, and then I got a nice luxury place to wash your hands. Now, I know a lot of you are gonna ask me, there's a lot of hand soap here because I wanted to get 5 stars, okay? It looks a little goofy, but I made the bathroom at the end and I realized, you know what? I don't have that much space. I need to put the soap somewhere. I think it's funny. I didn't notice when building this is you can see people poop through the window, which is why I'm probably gonna have to put walls up there. So I might have to change the restaurant up a little bit. Let me know what you think of my 5-star restaurant I ended up building. I feel like it actually looks quite good. It took me 14 hours to build this. I think it took me really long because it's my first time building in this game, so I didn't really know exactly where everything was. If you have a budget of 1 million, could you do better? Comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe, let me know what videos you'd like to see, and until next time, take care.